Hey, good morning. Jeff Azaleas, Durant Stockyards, coffee with Cattlemen. A little cool this morning. Feels pretty nice. Hope y'all are starting off with a great day. We did. Uh, if you haven't been up here to the cafe at the sale barn, uh, awesome breakfast, awesome lunch. Rebecca and I had breakfast there together this morning. Um, it truly is a it truly is a great breakfast spot here in Durant. And their lunches, I mean, shoot, hand breaded chicken fried steaks and daily specials. And Mindy does a great job up here at the cafe. So y'all hadn't ate up there, swing on by, have some breakfast or lunch. Yesterday we had 817 head total, 85 cows and bulls, 148 sellers, and 38 buyers got billed out. That thing was, man, it was high. Excuse me. 2 to 3 weight steers and bulls, 605 to 717. 3 to 4 weight steers and bulls, 547 to $7. 4 to 5 weight steers and bulls, 440 to 615. 5 to 6 weight steers and bulls, 402 to 522. 6 to 7 weight steers and bulls, 355 to 452. 7 to 8 weight steers and bulls, 330 to $4. 8 to 9 weight steers and bulls, 262 to 342. On your heifer side, 2 to 3 weight heifers, 5 to 650. 3 to 4 weight heifers, 420 to 630. 4 to 5 weight heifers, 385 to 551. 5 to 6 weight heifers, 340 to 480. 6 to 7 weight heifers, 320 to 397. 7 to 8 weight heifers, 272 to 327. A light test on your 8 to 9 weight heifers. Most of them are going to be in the cow sale, sold by the head as breds, or people are keeping them back to make replacements out of them. So, which is probably a good thing. I think our numbers are going to be, I don't know. It just seems like we're not getting the cow herd built back up quite as quickly as people would hoped. I think we're doing more with what we got now. We're producing just as much beef with less numbers, so just getting them a little bit bigger in the feed yards. But they're doing a good job. Marketings are good, so everybody's still rocking along. These things are high. Yesterday, some of your highlights from your calf sale. 7 mixed steers weighed 360, brings $7. Wolf City, Texas. Now, they was weaned, 90 plus days. Nice little package of cattle we have from over there. 7 black steers weighed 420, brings $6 out of Bennington. 12 mixed steers, reds, blacks, and yellows, just a pinch, not I'll say plain, but just a pinch. They wasn't as good as them black steers that. Anyways, 12 mixed steers, weighed 4 1/4, bring 581. Winters, Texas. 8 mixed colored steers, 450 at 547 at a Valiant. 8 black steers weighed 582, bring 487 at a Whitesboro. 7 black steers weighed 662 at 426 out of Sadler. 15 black steers weighed 717, bring $4 out of Whitesboro, Texas. And 13 of the big brothers weighed 890 and bring 328 out of Whitesboro, Texas. If you live in Whitesboro and I don't know where you buy your feed from, but Andrew Gardner has the feed store out there on 82 Highway, east of Whitesboro. We sell his cattle, and those were his fancy steers. To my knowledge, that's the first time we've sold a steer that weighed over 7 for $4 since I've owned the market here at Durant Stockyards. So kudos to him. And if you live in that area and you want to buy feed, stop by there and give him some business. He's a heck of a good guy. 5 black heifers, 380 at 614 at a Durant. 8 mixed heifers, 380 at 582 out of Winters, Texas. 7 black heifers, 413 at 551 at a Bennington. 8 black heifers, 5 1/4 at 480 out of Hendricks. 7 black heifers, 470 at 475 out of Winters, Texas. 5 mixed quarter cross heifers, be quarter blood cross, just a straight neck good cross, but it's a little ear to them, quarter blood cross cattle. Come out of Weatherford, weighed 615 at 388. So nice set of heifers there. 5 black heifers at 652 at 341 out of Boswell. Good product there, Jim Bob. High yield slaughter bulls, 195 to 206. Lower yield bulls, 133 to 173. High yield slaughter cows, 153 to 169. Lower yield slaughter cows, 115 to 146. Stock cows yesterday with quota limit 2250 to 3350. I continue to see this market holding steady. People are getting along pretty good. We're getting to that stage where you're widening the gap. I said it last week, and I'm gonna say it again this week. There's a lot of difference, and I'm just going to use a 600-pounder for example. You got a 600-pound steer that's fat, little short-tailed ball and calf, a good cut steer cut calf, but he's just a young, tender calf. And then you have a 6-weight that's got a tail and more age and more frame. That animal is worth considerably amount more than that young, tender calf right now. We haven't got to that part in the market yet where all we're seeing is those tender calves, so they have more value. Right now, there's still a good supply of those grazers at whatever weight level, and that's what's shooting this market up. That's the cattle you see that's bringing these top tier prices. Not that those other calves aren't bringing good money, but when people ask me, well, what's the difference? Well, that's the difference. You have an animal that's a very young age. Their rumen hasn't developed yet. They don't utilize just grass like that older animal with a little more bush in his tail. That animal utilizes grass better because of his age, and his rumen is just different, and so it makes a difference in what they're worth. So just understand that in the marketing. And a gentleman asked me that question yesterday. He had some calves, and he was like, why does this one bring more than this one? Well, that was the reason. And anyways, he understood it, and you can sit in there and watch these cattle sell, and you'll see it. It's not like those other calves, the short tails, they're not being given away, I can assure you. You know, he's talking about well over $4 on a balling 6-weight steer calf. I mean, right off the cow yesterday, cut steer calf, balling his head off, fat to the heart, short-tailed, you know, still bring 420 to 430 for a good one, weighing 6 1/4, you know. But whereas one of them grazers with more age and more frame, they bring 440 to 460. So it's just the difference in the age and what they can do when they get turned out on grass. So that's the driving factor of the grazers right now. I hope I've added some value to you today. If not, if all I've done is confuse you, well, then that's probably par for the course. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for the business.